Hey guys, Brendan Esguerra here, and today, the reason why I've been absent for quite a while was because I was busy with, some other things. And no, I'm not dead or anything. No, I'm actually fine, okay? So anyway, this is just a short little video on... I ordered this Marvel Legends Spider-Armor Spider-Man figure, and I actually want to customize it by... Well, I actually want to repaint it into the classic comic book in the classic red and blue Spider-Man colors. Like this, for example. And as you can see, this is... Well, it's not the Medicom Mafex Real Action Hero Spider-Man, it's the CT Toys bootleg, and even though it's a bootleg, it's actually not bad. It's actually a good-ass alternative to the super expensive Medicom Mafex figure. I just don't want to mess around with it too much. I don't want to break my, all I've got. If I couldn't get the real Medicom Mafex Spidey. So anyway, I actually want to repaint this into the regular into the classic red and blue Spider-Man with the white eyes and the works. It's just, I really want all of you guys on YouTube, well, you see, I got the inspiration from this Spanish YouTuber. I can't really decide if he's like Mexican or Salvadorian or from Uruguay. He can't be from Brazil because he's speaking Spanish, not Portuguese. So, yes, that guy, it's from Mexico. Yeah, that guy's from Mexico, and because he was speaking Spanish, and I couldn't find the video, and also I couldn't watch it because it's in Spanish, and I tried turning on the English subtitles, but it won't go to the English subtitles, so I actually want to do this myself because, and of course, this video is in English, and my video about my custom is going to be in English since, well, in terms of my ethnicity, I'm Filipino, not Mexican. That's Southeast Asian. Yeah, Filipino, that's Southeast Asian. So anyway, about my custom Spider-Man, I'm going to repaint this into the classic red and blue color scheme, which is kind of an homage to the regular classic red and blue Spider-Man. And I want you guys, any of my, fellow action figure customizers and action figure customizer enthusiasts and custom action figure enthusiasts, some pointers. Because, hold on. Oh my god. Oh my god, I accidentally broke it. Well... it's not a big problem. I'm gonna customize this thing anyway, but still. I want you guys to give me pointers on, how do I want to repaint this like red and blue, but But I'm worried that because of the paint I'm using, that I'm, you know, the paint I am using is, you know, from like the dollar store near me. I'm worried that if I pose them around too much, the paint might chip off. So I want you to give me some pointers, like maybe should I like dye the figure, or maybe should I like or maybe should I use like, you know, like the ink from a permanent red marker and see if it dyes, or maybe red nail polish first, or maybe if I should start with a black base coat or something, because, you know, I really need to know that. Oh, and one more thing. I also need to fix the leg joint because of course the leg joint broke off, but you know, as an action figure customizer, it most certainly ain't a big problem because, you know, I could always fix it through customization. That's what customization is for fuck's sake. So are there any few pointers, a few tips on, like, replacing the joint? I do have a bunch of, like, ball and socket joints. I think I do have a few Lego ones and stuff, and, is there anything at all, you know, I need to fix this. So, and then of course I could customize it, and, you know, luckily this isn't like the first Spider Armor Spider-Man. I'm gonna customize this one and repaint this guy into the regular red and blue. And then after I'm done with that, then I could get, you know, this figure as is, you know, with the black and silver, but without the arm broken off. But of course it's not a big deal. I'm gonna customize it. Besides, you can't make, it doesn't have to be an omelet, angel food cake, or anything else. I don't fucking know. I don't give a fucking shit. Let's just say you can't make a pizza unless you break a few eggs, or you can't. And of course, nothing is perfect. Everything has a mistake. Everything has a mistake, including the MCU Spider-Man movies, the Tom Holland ones. Even though the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man ones have, you know, more flaws, and the only Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie that has flaws would be Spider-Man 3, but Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 were awesome. So anyway, any tips on, like, you know, for my new custom Spider-Man repaint and repair that I'm gonna do, please let me know. Anyone at all? Anybody? Oh, and by the way, I already showed you my new Mafex Spider-Man figure, and I also have this custom. I know it's the pizza Spider-Man body, but it's got the 90s cartoon head, and I don't know if you can see it, and this guy also has, like, you know, a darker shade to his red and blue. And here we have the PS4 Spider-Man, the advanced suit. This isn't actually the SH Figuarts Advanced Suit Spidey. This is actually a bootleg because the bootleg is cheaper. Much cheaper. And here we also have the new Andrew Garfield Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Well, actually, from Spider-Man No Way Home, since Andrew Garfield actually appears in it, and we've got another boy in the band. Yes, the OG Tobey Maguire. From the original Sam Raimi trilogy back in 2002. Well, this isn't actually the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from Toy Biz. This is the No Way Home figure of the older Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And last but not least, the MCU Spider-Man. The hotshot of the MCU, Tom Holland. Well, this is the ending suit, the No Way Home ending suit, and for right now, this is going to be the only MCU Tom Holland Spider-Man. Well, besides the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, even though it's not really Tom Holland. Well, it's because this is the only good MCU Spider-Man suit. The rest of the MCU Spider-Man suits are terrible, just garbage, complete and utter shit because of the crazy CGI eye lenses and the crazy light-up features. I mean, I can understand the web wings because the first appearance Spider-Man had them and the eye lenses are expressive in the comics, but the costume most certainly did not light up like that. I remember reading the original Amazing Fantasy number 15 and it did not light up at all. And I swear to God, I hope the eye lenses for, Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the fourth Spider-Man, and the fourth MCU Spider-Man movie, well, they haven't revealed the title yet. But, I'm just going to call it Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4, not to be confused with the canceled Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4. I swear to God, I just hope, the whole entire suit is not going to have any CGI layering over it, including the eye lenses, because the CGI eye lenses aren't realistic. I mean, I understand they're actually canon in the comics, but for a live-action movie, it doesn't work. It's just too weird, and it's cursed. And not only that, it would ruin such a good Spider-Man suit. And not only that, the new Tom Holland suit is actually supposed to be an homage to both Tobey and Andrew's suits, whereas this is actually supposed to be an homage to both of them. So to be faithful and respectful to Tobey and Andrew, Tom Holland's Spider-Man's eye lenses should be like regular, realistic eye lenses. Just like the Ezekiel Sims suit in Madam Web. Yeah, Madam Web. Where, it's also my second favorite modern live-action movie Spider-Man suit because it has real eye lenses, that don't squint or anything. Just like a regular good live-action movie Spider-Man suit. And last but not, and then I also have some Into the Spider-Verse stuff, including the Sentinel, Peter B. Parker. This isn't actually the real one, this is actually a bootleg. But I do have the real, Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, Peter B. Parker. And in terms of customization, I'm not going to customize, this figure by itself. I'm only going to customize the head, and by that, I'm going to repaint him into the correct hair color. Because Peter Parker isn't blonde. Peter Parker was always brunette. If you're thinking of a blonde, Caucasian Spider-Man, that would have to be Ben Reilly, Peter Parker's clone, not the real Peter Parker. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and even though this isn't actually, Spider-Man related, it's kind of on the topic because it's being made, this property is being made by the two same companies that are doing Spider-Man, Sony and Disney. That being, of course, Goosebumps. And by that I mean R.L. Stine's Goosebumps. So yeah, here's a little update on my custom Slappy the Dummy doll that I'm going to use for my Goosebumps fan series that I'm going to make. That's actually going to be more kid-friendly than the Disney Plus series. I mean, I finished the paint job on the suit, the tie, I gave him the little corsage, and his shoe, but I really need to fix the shoes, and of course, his face, the eyebrows and the hair, because his eyebrows are a little weird. His hairline looks like it's receding. Even though, yes, I get it, the Goosebumps movie version of Slappy is supposed to be based on Jack Black. He's supposed to be like a caricature of Jack Black. But that's actually because Jack Black also plays Slappy alongside, the fictional version of R.L. Stine. Not to be confused with the real R.L. Stine, the one I remember from the old Goosebumps TV show as a kid. And I also need to fix the eyes because, yes, the eyes are shitty. That's because I need to fix, one of the eyes, so it would look more natural and look more accurate to how Slappy looked in the film, as this is based on the movie version of the character. And I've also done the OG 90s Fox Kids TV show version, played by Cathal Dodd, the voice of Wolverine in the X-Men cartoon, and who will be reprising his role as Wolverine in the new MCU project, X-Men 97. And speaking of that, I swear to God, I seriously wish that Disney, since they're doing a new Spider-Man, a new trilogy for Tom Holland's Spider-Man, I seriously wish they would do Spider-Man 98. I would really love to see, the old 90s cartoon Spider-Man reunite with Mary Jane. Whatever the fuck happened to Mary Jane? And no, I don't mean MJ as in Zendaya's character. That's Michelle Jones, not Mary Jane. I mean the real Mary Jane Watson, not Michelle Jones. Besides, Michelle Jones is not Mary Jane. She's just a new original character made as a stand-in for Mary Jane, because she has the exact same initials as Mary Jane. Michelle Jones, which is of course MJ, which is the exact same initials as, Mary Jane, as in Mary Jane Watson. So I get it, but still, it's not the same character as Mary Jane Watson. Because Mary Jane Watson is a white redhead girl, while Zendaya's Michelle Jones is a brunette, half black, half white girl. Because Zendaya is half black, half white. Yeah, half black and half white. One of those very rare half black and half white African Americans who obviously look like they're not really, black or white. They kind of look more like they would pass off as either Hispanic or Asian like me, except a half black, half white African American skin is much more darker than mine. Mine's more of a tan or olive color. Oh, and of course, yes, I ordered another Toy Story 4 Benson doll, as I'm actually going to customize this one into the Goosebumps Disney Plus version of Slappy. That I'm probably going to use in of course a spin-off of my Goosebumps fan series that's, that of course actually takes place in the same universe as the Disney Plus series, but it's actually a kid-friendly spin-off. Based on the Adventure Time Side Stories formula. Yes, based on the Adventure Time Side Stories formula. And it's actually, not Adventure Time Side Story, sorry. Based on the Adventure Time Side Quests formula. Yes, the Adventure Time Side Quests formula. And my new Goosebumps fan series that's, of course, set in the same universe as the Disney Plus series, but it's actually kid-friendly with all of the adult themes and adult subjects omitted, and there's no swearing. And, of course, the blood and gore is omitted, and the horror themes are actually toned down to have a tone more akin to the old, 1995 Goosebumps TV show, complete with, instead of that, generic, bland, horror movie music that you would hear in every single horror movie trailer, every single modern horror movie trailer. You're actually going to hear, a more, the classic 1995 Goosebumps theme that goes, dum 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 dum, bum 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 bum. Yeah, that iconic, catchy, horrorcore type rap beat type music, those hip hop type beats, complete with the dog bark and the scary voice saying "Goosebumps, viewer beware, you're in for a scare," and of course the evil laugh that finishes the theme song finishes the intro before the episode starts. But it's a more serious and more scarier remix of the classic theme song, similar to how, Spider-Man Homecoming used this epic cinematic version of the old 1967 Spider-Man cartoon theme. That's like Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web, and he sighs, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Yeah. Well, for my new, sorry, that was my nephew, don't mind him. Okay, so, for my new, if, the new Tom Holland Spider-Man movies are actually using a more serious version of the classic 60s Spider-Man cartoon theme, even though the Tom Holland Spider-Man films are goofy and childish and, of course, pretty much a simplified baby's version of a Spider-Man movie, of what a Spider-Man movie should be. Well, for my new Goosebumps spin-off series that takes place in the universe of the Disney Plus series, but it's actually going to be kid-friendly with a TV Y7FV rating, as some scenes may be too spooky for children. But I'll still suggest watching together as a family because it's still scary nonetheless, similar to the Disney Plus series. But the scares are actually toned down, and the humor is going to be funnier. And it's also going to have a more lighter tone, making it like a more, like, you know, like a spin-off of the Goosebumps Disney Plus series, but in a nice way for children because, you know, Goosebumps is a children's horror franchise. Even though Goosebumps is scary on its own right, it was actually meant for kids. You know, so because if cartoons are just for kids anymore, horror isn't just for adults anymore. Horror can't be just for adults anymore. I mean, if children's stories should be darker, those children's stories would have to be like horror stories for children. And Goosebumps is one of them. You know, this, safe, horror show that is, of course, scary, but not too scary of a vibe, with some comedy here and there for the kids. And my new series that's running alongside my Goosebumps fan series called Goosebumps You're In For a Scare. Goosebumps Scary Side Stories. Of course, will be set in the exact same universe as the Disney Plus series, but of course, it's actually going to be kid-friendly. And of course, this new custom Slappy that I'm going to make out of this old Toy Story 4 Benson doll is actually going to be based on the new Disney Plus version, who is like this weird hybrid between the old 1995 Fox Kids Goosebumps TV show version of Slappy and the movie version, only missing the chip on his nose and chin, and he looks oddly nothing like Jack Black. I think he's supposed to resemble Chris Greer, and I could totally see it because Chris Greer is British, while the new Goosebumps Disney Plus version of Slappy is also British. See? That's what I'm going for. And not only that, the more I look at it, the more he doesn't really look that much like Slappy the Dummy from Goosebumps at all. And he kind of looks more like the doll from Dead Silence. Billy from Dead Silence. Yes, Slappy's identical twin, Billy, the doll from Dead Silence. Yes, he looks a hell of a lot like Slappy. And not only that, I'm probably guessing that might be the inspiration for the Goosebumps Disney Plus version of Slappy, because he sure looks a hell of a lot more like the doll from Dead Silence than, Slappy, that quirky and creepy ass ventriloquism dummy I know from Goosebumps. Sorry, Goosebumps. Sorry about my lisp. I'm not feeling too good lately, so I kind of sound like some tough guy with a lisp. So please excuse the retarded lisp. Please excuse the R-word lisp. I can't say the R-word because, you know. And see, this is what I'm going for. It's just, you know, I'm gonna redo the tie to give him the more Victorian bow tie, and also give him the teeny weeny little top hat, and of course the corsage. But because he literally can't be Slappy the Dummy without his signature corsage. And of course he's gonna be British. You know, just like the Disney Plus Slappy.
Excited to amaze you with some murder. Okay, good. Now, Slappy, I need you to pick a card. What's in there? This is bad, you bum. I agree. This man is a true mountain of sympathy. I need you to flop in the tube. Wait a minute, I'm not doing it. She's doing it. She's going to tell us.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna, Slappy and Goosebumps Scary Side Stories is of course gonna be British, and I'm gonna try doing my own voice impersonation of Chris Greer, and by that, I mean talking in my own British accent. Hello, Governor. What a bloody have a bloody silly day. Actually, I'm gonna try to go for a more Mr. Beanish voice. You know, just Chris Greer but with a slight hint of Mr. Bean because I love Mr. Bean. But Slappy in the main Goosebumps fan series, Goosebumps, You're In For A Scare, he's still going to be American, just like Jack Black. Well, or Mick Winger, or Avery Jones. Avery Jones. Okay, sorry for the little cut. I'll probably edit it like afterhand, if that's even a word, but anyway, of course, Slappy in my main Goosebumps fan series, Goosebumps, You're In For A Scare is of course going to be American. Just like Jack Black, Mick Winger, and Avery Jones. Oh, and of course I'm going to be doing another Goosebumps fan series called Goosebumps 98, as it's going to be the unofficial 5th season of the old Goosebumps Fox Kids TV show. Except it's going to be a little more modernized. Instead of the 90s, it's probably going to take place in the early 2000s with a much more modern remix of the old 1995 Goosebumps theme song with some more modern and updated, things and stuff. Sorry, that's not Cow Dog. Okay, sorry for the weird cut. I'll still edit that. Okay, so I think that's enough, of all three of my slappies. Wait, Mom, I'm doing a video. Sorry, don't mind my mom, she just came in. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be doing, like, 3 different Goosebumps series. Goosebumps Yearn for a Scare, which is, of course, the modern reboot, which is actually, like, a new series that's more kid-friendly than the Disney Plus series. Goosebumps 98, the unofficial 5th season for the old Fox Kids Goosebumps TV show, with possibly 3 more seasons, making it 6, 7, and 8. And of course, Goosebumps Scary Side Stories, which is, of course, inspired by Adventure Time side quests, as it's going to be a new, kid-friendly Goosebumps series set in the exact same universe as the Disney Plus series, but it's, of course, going to be intended for children, intended for child audiences, as there are actually going to still be references to the Disney Plus series and stuff, but I'm going to put my own little spin on it all to make it interesting, and yeah, you get the idea. Oh, and anyway, back on topic, about my custom Spider-Man, I really need some tips, pointers, and other stuff, because one, I want to, like, dye the figure, like, red, so it's, like, permanently red, so when I add the red paint, it won't chip off, considering I'm buying all of my red paint from my local Dollar King, because even though it's not, like, the cheap Mexican paint that you would normally get on a whole lot of Mexican bootlegs where they're constantly chipping it off, I'm actually afraid if I play with my new custom Spidey, the paint is gonna chip off, revealing the silver and black. So could I, like, do more than just repaint it? Like, could I, like, dye it in, like, I mean, if I couldn't find any red dye, is red food coloring a better option, or should I use, like, red nail polish mixed with something, like corn syrup or whatever, or school glue, or maybe, like, the ink from a red permanent marker that I'm gonna, like, break the marker open and then pull out where the ink is, and then have it leak in, like, a plastic container, and of course, for safety, just to be safe, I'm gonna wear a mask so I don't inhale the fumes because of how toxic they might be. And what kind of water should I put, so to make sure the red ink ends up on the figure? Should it be cold, hot, or somewhere in between? Whatever you guys think is best. And also, I need some tips and pointers on how to, like, reattach the leg right here, but to make sure the leg still moves and stuff. I mean, I do have a whole shitload of, ball joints that I have in my fodder pile. Yes, I do have a fodder pile, and I'm probably saving the ball joints for these, but is there, like, a way of making sure the ball joints actually work? Could I do something more, like, am I going to use any, like, screws or whatever? Come on, just give me an idea, Smalls, anything to give that, anything, to not only repair this, but to also help me with my custom, my new custom. Not only reattach the leg and make sure it's still articulated, but also, put this in, to make sure it's, permanent, to make sure, the red paint doesn't chip off, and also the blue paint, Besides, it's one custom that I'm going to put a whole lot of love, passion, and effort in. And not only that, I'm probably going to make a custom original comic book for it. Well, a one-shot. That's probably a part of a Marvel anthology featuring these unique versions of the Marvel superheroes. Oh, and along with some DC superheroes, too, since I also collect some DC Universe classics. Let's see, well, the McFarlane ones, apparently, which are a little out of scale compared to the Marvel Legends. But I don't mind it. The McFarlane ones, I actually do have the the Mattel ones, but here's one to give you an idea. This is the Dark Knight's Heavy Metal Superman, and this is like a version of Superman that's supposed to be like Kurt Cobain. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like Kurt Cobain. It's basically a Kurt Cobain Superman. And of course he's got the red eyes, his signature heat vision, because whenever I see a Superman with red eyes, it's Superman using his heat vision. Even though Superman's eyes are usually blue, they actually turn red when he uses his heat vision. So I'm going to be doing more than just Marvel. I'm also going to be doing DC too, as well as some special in-between ones, like maybe the Power Rangers. Yeah, Power Rangers, because I also collect Power Rangers and also Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I put all of the DC Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles figures in the same collection as my Marvel Legends, because superheroes. But I also do have other collections, like my sci-fi collection, Star Wars, and of course I'm going to do fantasy, horror, anime, etc. The works. As well as, of course, Lego, Bionicle, everything. Any type of action figure or action figure-ish thing. Like Lego minifigures, Bionicle toys, anything. Maybe even some Goosebumps type stuff like, ventriloquism dummies of Slappy. As well as some of the other Goosebumps creatures like, this skeleton that I'm going to customize, and, it's not really supposed to be curly, it's supposed to be a generic Goosebumps type skeleton, but, of course, he could probably be connected with Curly, like maybe Curly's little brother. I'm actually going to be using the the Crazy Bones Pose and Stay skeleton for Curly. It's just he can't stand up on his own because the Pose and Stay skeleton can't stand up on its own. So you're going to have to use either the stand that's sold separately, or if you really want to stand him up without it, the only way you're going to have to do it is by standing him against a wall or a hard, flat surface or anything you know, so he could look like he's standing up. Like it's standing up against the wall. But other than that, he ain't doing much because, well, skeletons are real. They just don't come to life like that. In fact, they don't do much at all in real life. But in the movies, they can do anything. I mean, in movies and TV, and of course video games, skeletons can do anything. Alright, and well, that's my video, and here's a little update, but it's mainly about my, any tips on my, custom Spider-Man, and I'm also going to be doing like a post telling me what should I do with my custom, and please let me know if any tips or whatever, and feel free, and also like, comment, and subscribe, and not only that, I'll let you know when I finally make the custom, when I hear all of the tips and everything, and until then, have an awesome day, and I hope you like it. And also, after this, stay tuned because there's gonna be a little short for you. Yeah, just a little simple little short. So, here we go.
Phantom City creeping shadows on their breath. Echoes of the restless whisper tales of death. Skeletons in alleys clicking bones on the grind. Zombies moonwalking through the sand of time. Welcome to the haunt where the spirits don't sleep. Nightmares in the air crawling out from the deep. Slasher legends lurking, blades gleam in the mist. Phantom City's calling, you can't resist. Michael in the alley, ghost face on the block. Freddy's glove sparking, tick tock, tick tock. Jason in the shadows, machete kiss so cold. Phantom City's playground where the stories unfold.
Awesome.
Flying saucers hover, beaming lights from the smog.
I remember.
Wolves howling, foggy nights with the bog. Robots turning ruthless, circuits breaking free. Phantom City's chaos where nothing's what it seems. Genetic mutation, skin glowing like the moon. Aliens in basements, planning Earth's doom. Apparitions wailing, dragging chains on the street. Echoes of their sorrow where the living won't meet. Welcome to the haunt where the spirits don't sleep. Nightmares in the air crawling out from the deep.
Just my
Slasher
night out.
legends lurking, blades
Working
gleam
the
in the
late shift
mist.
at an
Phantom
abandoned
City's
warehouse at
calling,
midnight.
you can't
I'm
resist.
so scared.
Oh yes, looks like we've got ourselves a
You're
motley
so
crew of
fucking
maintenance
funny, you
movers
know
hauling
that?
a bunch of horrible
Yup.
haunted
Real
items
corporate.
courtesy of the Phantom City Warehouse,
so
including
fucking
Oscar
funny,
the
you
Monster,
know
his
that?
band of skeletons, Giuseppe the Automated Macabre Magician, and an old haunted Halloween mask that belonged to an
relax
old
your
dead
blood
evil
belches.
ginger witch
Bloodworks
doctor
get
who was
back to work
executed
or
for
you're
being
fired.
completely insane.
Gadzooks!
Really stupid.
What a
Only
fucking
very
grouch!
few know his name. All except one.
His name is Johnny, an escaped murderer, rapist, pedophile. He escaped from the Supermax insane asylum just down here is with a bag of unmentionables.
Dude,
Let's
it's
get
really
back with
creepier
Leo,
than I
Jenny,
thought.
and Brendan.
I mean,
Shall we?
Halloween just happened, but since it's gonna be Thanksgiving in a little while, I'm gonna get my gold Super Bowl tickets from Ticketmaster. Then make sure my and Connie's oven's not gonna be on the fritz again and shit. I hope whatever evil insane spirits are haunting the shithole down by the docks have come crying and crawling back to their graves so things are not gonna get crazy. Any takers?
Make it $5.
4.
Free. Take it or leave it.
Touche, it's a deal.
What's going on? What's the matter, Julie?
There's a body.
Oh, shit. Is he alive?
That's impossible. He's white as cum.
This is it, my fellow children. Tonight's the night we take over this miserable planet. Activate the lights of death. Full scream ahead.
What are those things?
I guess they must be Oscar's band of skeletons.
Move it. What are you doing? Do you want to die of old age in this pop stand? We've got some Scooby-Doo type crap to solve. What are you waiting for?
Phantom rides drift where angels once tread. City of the lost where the daylight's dead.
What the hell is that? That's one scary-ass person. What's with the skeleton army? I mean, they're not an army because they have musical instruments, and what's that Mad Hatter animatronic doing there? Must be some leftovers from that old Halloween display that were rumored to be lost or something. Yeah, they look too lifelike to be decorations. I just gotta hope no sane person messes with them. Or maybe I've seen way too many horror movies. Oh my god, I don't think those are some costumes. I might be off my meds, but I think those creeps are real.
What the fuck was that?
With graffiti on the walls, echoes haunting every step, can't breathe. Chilling whispers claw like nighttime teeth. Subwoofers knock, but its heart beats instead. Boom bap from the crypt where the nightmares spread. Concrete jungle, but the vines bleed red. Lost angels trade halos for dreads of dread. Purgatory clubs bump the underworld's tune. Skies of ash smoke, choking out the moon. Welcome to Phantom City, shadows real. Heart keeps skipping, but the cold feels real. Demons in the alleys where the bright lights lie. Under LA skies where the wicked don't die.
What the frick are you numbnuts doing here? This is a high-maintenance establishment. All trespassers must be taken into any or all custody by honor of the Phantom City Governor. What in Eric Cartman's name brings you bozos here at this hour during end time here? Hey, you loudmouth son of a bitch. What the hell is going on here? What's with the giant monster? The evil horde of skeletons? That giant puppet thing? The slasher movie Reject on the Loose? That greasy zombie butcher and whatever the fuck has this world come to? Seriously, what the hell is going on?
No love, just broken down teeth. Shadow, see me in that moonlit night. Black is blind with fear on sight. Skeleton king, I come for the soul. Tick-tock, heart stops, life out control. Bleak as the grave, I'm digging deep holes. Reapers, cold grip, death on patrol. Silent screams echo, marrow in the wind. Frigid embrace, reaper grit, no sins to resist. Skeletal fingers, tap dance on the living. Harvest the breath, times unforgiving. Skeleton king, I come for the soul. Tick-tock, heart stops, life out control. Bleak as the grave, I'm digging deep holes. Reapers, cold grip, death on patrol. Silent screams echo, marrow in the wind. Frigid embrace, reaper grit, no sins to resist. Skeletal fingers, tap dance on the living. Harvest the breath, times unforgiving. Skeleton king, I come for the soul. Tick-tock, heart stops, life out control. Bleak as the grave, I'm digging deep holes. Reapers, cold grip, death on patrol. I sung his whole stare, destiny and bones. Skull thrown, time drifts, hours all closed. Death card rolling, life to me is feeble. My body touch makes me strong feeble. Spectral rider, no flesh, no wailing sound. Grip serenade, in the graveyard bound. Life fades, bone blade, judgment kiss. Your life's last breath shrouded in mist. Breath on patrol.
Okay, Leo, I hope you've already called the cops. We need help from those boys in blue to take care of those creeps before they kill somebody and all hell breaks loose. The police are only hoping this bullshit.
Can someone tell me what the hell's going on here? Who's the prick? Who conjured up these creeps like David Blaine or something? Can someone call the cops before those assholes kill somebody? I'm scared shitless here.
Death on patrol.
Just breathe. Oh, yes.
Death on patrol.
skeletal fingers, dab dance on the living, harvest the breath, time's unforgiving. Silent screams echo, narrow in the wind, rigid embrace me with grin, no sins to rescind. Skeletal fingers, dab dance on the living, harvest the breath, time's unforgiving. I suck as home stare, destiny and blows, skull close, how it's all close. Death clock rolling, let me feeble, I'm only clutch, makes a strong feeble. I suck as home stare, destiny and blows, skull thrown, time drips, how it's all close. Death clock rolling, left to me is feeble, my only touch makes a strong feeble. No flesh, no will and sound. Crypt serenade, in the graveyard bound. Light, faith, bone blade, judgment, kiss. Your life's last breath shrouded in mist. Breath on patrol!
Stompini does.
Feel the rhythm in the heart. Take my hand now. We dance until the stars align. Lost inside this moment.
Finally, it's over. Looks like
music
all
is
the well. And that is the end for our and that's our short. I'm sorry, looks like my new video is probably could very well be almost like an episode of iCarly. Except it's not iCarly, because I'm not Carly Shay or Miranda Cosgrove. I'm Brendan Escara, so it should be called iBrendan. Yeah. I'm Brendan, and this is I'm Brendan. And I'm Slappy. And this is sorry. And this is Brendan. Yay! Woo! Sorry, just, I'm also a fan of iCarly, and I'm also going to do an iCarly fan project. But anyway, that's all for now, and please let me know if there are any tips on my new Spider-Man custom I have planned. So until then, have an awesome day, and I hope you like it. Please like and subscribe, and until then, have an awesome day, and I hope you like it. This has been Brendan Escara. To all of the ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, peace out. I'm out. Peace.